Hello there, and welcome to Chapter 2 of Relay Carrier Training. In this chapter, we're going to teach you the importance of using the app and portal. It's important to use the app because A, it ensures that you are charged correctly, and B, correct app use ensures that any changes are communicated clearly to everyone, and it helps prevent costly mistakes and delays. Here are some of the things that you can do while you're in the app and portal. You can place orders to book drivers. You can set your pay rates. You can message potential drivers. You can view and download driver qualification files. You can view pre-trip inspection pictures and download those BOLs. And you can rate and review drivers who complete your runs. Now that you're ready to place your first order, what you want to do is log into your carrier portal, and you'll be able to get to this screen right here on your carrier portal on your desktop. To place an order, you're going to want to go to the top right here and click on the place order button. Once you get here, the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to determine if you want this driver on demand or if you want to schedule them. If you select the on demand option, this means that you want the driver to show up right now. So if it's 9 a.m., you need the driver to get here at 9:05. We typically don't recommend this because of the short leeway. So typically most of the orders that go through are the scheduled option. So if you click the scheduled option, you'll be able to select the date and the time that you want the driver to show up. So for this one, we'll select 11:45 a.m. Step 2 is you want to enter your dispatch information. The start address will always be where your truck is located. For this order, we'll type in this address right here. It's important that you type this information in so that the drivers know where they're going to be going and where they're going to pick up the truck. So the task at the start location will essentially always be pick up and drop off truck. Now the task at the end location, if you're doing something like an Amazon job or it's going to be a shuttle job, you can always select the other task and you'll be able to type in the custom amount of hours that you'll need the driver for. So if you're doing a local Amazon job and you're going to need the driver for about 12 to 13 hours, you can always type other at the end location, and then for the hours, type in 12.5. And that lets the drivers know 12.5 hour shift. And especially for like the Amazon jobs, or if you don't exactly know where the driver's going to be going specifically, this is a good option for you to use. So at least the driver is aware that their shift time is going to be about 12 hours. Otherwise, if you just have a traditional just one-in-one load, one pick and one drop, you can select the task location as pick up and drop off truck, and you can use this blue button right here to include any additional stops. And here you'll be able to type in addresses. You'll be able to type in any specific addresses that the driver will need to be going to, and you'll also select the task at the location that the driver will be doing. So if it's a live load unload, you can select that. If it's a drop and hook, you can select that as well. And then you also have the other option here as well, where if you know the driver's going to be going to a specific location and he'll be there for about 4 hours, you can always just select other and then select 4, and that lets the driver know that they'll be there for about 4 hours. So for this one, we'll just designate it as a live load unload. Truck unit and trailer number is the next step. So here you'll be able to designate the equipment that the driver's going to be using. So if you know that the driver's going to be using truck 102 and trailer 456, you can always designate that in. If you don't know what equipment the driver's going to be using, you can always just put TBD in here, and you can always edit the order at a later date to give the driver the specific equipment that they're going to be using. So for this, we'll assume that you know that the driver's going to be using truck 102, but you don't quite know what trailer they're going to be using yet, so you can always just leave that TBD. Step 4 is endorsements. So here, you'll be able to select the options we have right now, our tanker, doubles, triples, and TWIC. If you need a driver with a specific endorsement with one of these, be sure to mark it, and that way it'll only go out to the relay drivers that have that qualification in their profile. So if you need a TWIC driver and a driver with a TWIC card, be sure to mark that TWIC box so it only goes out to the drivers with a TWIC card. Otherwise, if you just have a standard dry van or reefer load, or even a flatbed load, you can always just select none and it'll go out to all the relay drivers in the area. Step 5 is trailer type. You can click here and you can select either flatbed, van, reefer, or none. If you select none, that's assuming that it's just like a truck pickup, like the driver's just picking it up from the dealership or something like that. If the driver is going to be bobtailing from the first stop, from your yard to the first stop, we would recommend that you put the trailer type that they're going to be using. So for example, if it's a Amazon job and they're going to be picking up an empty dry van at the first Amazon facility they go to, even though they're bobtailing out of the yard, we would recommend selecting van. That way the driver is aware of what kind of trailer they're going to be operating. And then step 6 is the additional notes. In here you can put BOL numbers, pickup numbers, delivery numbers, appointment times, the gate codes, where the keys are going to be left, your personal phone number. This is any information that the driver is going to need, and they'll be able to see it once they accept the job on their phone. So any information that you want the driver to know up front, or any information that they're going to need to know while on their job, you can put right in here. We would recommend putting, your phone number, your name, so they know who they're calling. If there's any gate codes, you put a gate code in there, BOL locations, anything like that. Good information in this right here helps set your driver up for success on your runs. And then lastly is step 7, the internal notes section. This is information that the driver doesn't see, but you can. So you can use this for invoice numbers or any other tidbit of information that you want to put in there that the driver doesn't necessarily need to know, but you might need to know in cases of like billing and stuff like that. So now you filled out all this information right here. You can click the review order button right here, and it'll take you to the review order screen. And if you're creating an order on your mobile phone, just keep in mind that it's all the same exact information as when you're doing it on the desktop version. So you're going to schedule your date and time for the relay that you want the driver to show up. You're also going to input your starting addresses and your additional stops and any tasks at those locations. And of course, you're going to want to input your truck unit, trailer number, endorsements, trailer type, and any additional notes that the driver's going to need. So now that you're at this section right here, you're actually able to set your pay rates and kind of customize your own rate depending on the job that you've put in. So for this job right here, we set it for, the system has designated it at 3 hours and 56 minutes. So we can see right here that the market rate given is $115 for this job. We typically don't recommend going lower than this because the system actually calculates jobs based on the amount of time it takes and the amount of money that other carriers in your area are being charged. So the system determined that for an order starting in the Norco area, going for about this long, other carriers in the area are typically paying about this much. So you can always click on this customize rate button right here to input a custom flat rate or a custom hourly rate as well. So if you want to put it out for, say, 150, you can type 150 and press the OK button. Or if you wanted to pay $25 an hour, you can always just type in 25 in the hourly rate amount, press OK, and it'll customize that for you as well. So let's assume for this job, we want to put it in for 130. So we customize it for 130. And now if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see that there's three buttons here. You can choose Instant Assign, Preferred Drivers, or Find Me a Relay Driver. Instant Assign is a feature that allows you to see which drivers are immediately available in the area. So we typically recommend doing this for shorter local jobs, and we would recommend straying away from it for longer OTR jobs, especially jobs that require a layover. For my preferred drivers, once you start using Relay more and more often, you're going to meet more and more drivers that you're comfortable working with, and you would just like to directly assign your Relay jobs to their account. So once you've met a couple drivers that you like working with, you can select this button, and you can always just directly assign a job directly to that driver. So you click on this button, and then you'll be able to directly assign it to this driver right here, for example. It's important to keep in mind too that directly assigning a job to a Relay driver in your preferred network saves you money on the automatic processing fees that you would normally be charged. Otherwise, now that you're starting out, you want to set this order out to all the drivers in the area. So you're going to want to press the Find Me a Relay Driver button. And when you press this, you get the confirmation that the order has been sent out to the drivers in the area, as well as your order number. And then once you get this notification, you can be rest assured that this order has now gone out to all the relay drivers in the area, and they've been notified of your relay job posting. And if you're on a phone, once you get to this screen right here, it's just the same exact process. You just want to click on the Customize Rate option, and you can then set a custom flat rate or custom hourly rate, or you can choose to set the order out at the market rate that the system suggests to you. Once you've put your run out there, we actually have this cool feature. It's called My Messages. So any drivers that see your run and have a question on the job, appointment time, kind of equipment, anything like that, they'll actually be able to message you directly in the app, and you'll be able to respond with that information. We recommend, if you get a question, to respond to it, because it increases the likelihood of your relays getting accepted when you put them out there. So you can see any new messages on the desktop feature right here. So if you click on this, it'll take you to your current orders, and you'll see that you have a notification for this order right here. So if we click into it, we'll see that a driver asked a question. So if we open the message, we see that this driver asked, what is the appointment time for this job? So at this point, you can say, anything you want. You can say, hello, appointment time. Appointment time is at 2 p.m. And then you can send that message over to them. Now the driver will get notified that you have responded to their message, and now you can wait for their response. Anytime a driver asks you a question or responds to an answer that you've given, you'll also be notified via email. So be sure to keep an eye on that as well. And if you're on a phone, to message drivers, you just want to click on the icon at the bottom of the screen right there. And then once you hit that, you'll be able to see any questions and responses that drivers have sent your way. So once you've got the alert that a driver's accepted one of your orders via email or mobile notification, to view their qualification file, you're going to want to click into Current Orders, click Scheduled, click Track Order, and then right underneath the driver's name right here, right to the side of it, you'll see a button that says View DQF. Once you click on this, it'll pull up their PDF file that'll have their license, DMV printout, MedCert, DOT application, work history. This will have all the information that you'll need for insurance purposes. So you can just download this file right here. And then once it's downloaded, send it right off to your insurance. And that's a way that you can just easily add the driver to your policy. And if you're on the phone and you want to see how to view a driver's qualification file, just be sure to go into My Orders, click on the order that you're looking for, and then you'll see the View DQF button right next to the driver's name. And from there, you'll be able to view all the same exact information that you would be able to on the desktop version. Now that you've had a relay driver accept and complete one of your runs, you might be wondering how to see the pre-trip pictures and the BOLs that they've uploaded when they were on a job. In order to see those, you want to go to Order History, and you'll be able to click the View Order button. And then from here, if you want to see the inspection photos and details of the pre-trip inspection, you'll be able to see it here. You'll also be able to click in to the pictures to be able to see close up and in detail what the pictures they took were. Now, if you want to see the BOLs that the driver uploaded when they were on a job, you can scroll down, and if you go to these attachments section right here, you'll be able to click into these. And same thing with the pre-trip pictures. You'll be able to see the pictures of the BOLs that they uploaded. For the end location, relay drivers are trained to upload a picture of where they left the BOL. So you'll be able to click into here, and for this example, we said that we left the paperwork inside of the cubbies. Sometimes they might upload, the driver's seat of the truck or the mailbox, wherever you want them to leave the BOLs. But the end location picture should dictate where the BOLs were left by the driver. And if you'd like to view the pre-trip pictures and any uploaded BOLs on your phone, all you have to do is go to your order history to see your past completed orders. Click into the order that you're looking for. You'll also be able to see your pre-trip inspection photos that the driver uploaded right here, and you'll also be able to see any uploaded BOLs in this section right here as well. In the same screen also, you'll be able to rate and review the driver that completed this specific run for you. So if you click on the rating button up here in the top right, you'll be able to essentially rate the driver. So we can say, yes, driver was on time, we'll most likely recommend them. And then this is a section also where you can choose to put the driver inside of your preferred network. So you can assign them to future relays that you have available and send it directly to their account. So you can either say yes or no. For this driver, we'll say yes because they did an excellent job. And you're also able to rate the driver out of 5 stars and leave a comment. So we say for this driver, great driver, rate them 5 stars. We want to put them in the preferred network so we can assign relays to them in the future. And then from here, we hit submit. And you've now submitted a successful rating on a driver that completed a relay for you. And if you're on a phone, if you want to rate and review a driver that's completed a relay for you, same process, go to order history, click into the order that you're looking for, and you'll be able to press the rating button right there, and you'll be able to rate the driver as if they were on time. You can also choose to place them in your preferred network as well, and rate them out of 5 stars and leave a comment if you want as well.